is JJ Solomon.
This comrade Brad Shout, Mr. RTBA. Mr. These boys can't touch me on my worst day. And this is the Spit Bucket Podcast.
It's your boy, Mr. RTBA, Mr. 214, Senor Dos, uno cuatro, Senor Dos, 14, Mr. Undeniable, but Mr. D Boys can't touch me on my worst day. Right here with my partner in crime, Mr. JJ Solomon. What's popping?
How are you, sir? Freezing my ass tonight, but how are you doing?
Oh, man, doing great, man. Got an explosive show tonight, Jay. Oh, my God.
I'm excited, bro. I miss you, dog. It's been a minute since we've been on here.
Hey, bro, it's been a minute, bro. We back better than ever, though.
Always.
Great, exciting card this weekend. You got to talk about that. Oh, man, we just got a lot to get into today, fam.
Got a lot to talk about, bro. But how's everybody? I know this weather got everybody tucked inside, warmed up in the pajamas and stuff. How you guys doing out there?
Oh, yeah, man. We good out here, man. We just, we got our things we need to maintain.
You playing with snowmen or what? Why don't we see your face, bro? You making snow angels?
Oh, no, it ain't no shit. I just got to keep the camera. We got some shit going on around here. But got our stuff that we need to maintain in the house. Since you can't really drive on these roads, so I'm Gucci bandana over here.
It's like Survivor, bro. Survivor with little painted ass kids running out all over the place.
I hope everybody went grocery shopping. Got enough food.
Amanda's making she's making some chicken soup right now, but she's missing some ingredients and she pissed off.
See, look, we from Dallas, Texas, man. We ain't used to this shit.
No,
we
man.
we don't even think about this shit. This shit come out and just bit us like my Forrest Gump boys.
Bro, and what's crazy about it is the schools just say, nope, that's y'all's problem. Like I just got a text message that the school's gonna be canceled on Wednesday too, man. So
oh, yep. I don't think the kids might go back to school till Friday.
Don't say that.
I don't think so. But before we get into this show, we got to salute to our sponsors, KO.
Yeah, let's give a shout out to our sponsors at KO Therapeutics.
We all have battles. We fight. We train. We work. We persevere. And we celebrate. We are all one.
I can't do anything if I can't walk in my prosthetic. It's a lot of pain that I feel throughout my day. It can be very intense. Now I just put that balm over it and it will heal up much faster and it will let the callus recover. That's amazing. It is a total game changer. I am hooked. I'm just hooked.
Life is hard. KO makes it better. KOCBD.com.
Corey, I know you can tell all these lovely people that when we travel, I do not leave without this guy.
Yeah, man. KOCBD.com, man.
KOCBD.com. Use the discount code TSB10. Primarily acts as a pain reliever and recovery. I promise you guys, stop pumping in all those medications in you. You guys will love it. KOCBD.com. Discount code TSB10. Really appreciate you guys.
And that's a true story. That's a true story, though, Jay. I mean, I don't want people to think we gaslight them with our KOCBD.com story, like that, you don't leave without it. That's facts.
It's in my car, it's in my truck. I have to have it, man.
It's everywhere. And it's the real deal. So everybody, please go to KOCBD.com. Like JJ said, use that special code TSB10. Get you a discount. And we're going to show you if you're an athlete, if you work, whatever you do. This right here competing with the best of the best.
No doubt, man. I love these guys. They've made my life better. They literally have it all the time. So appreciate you guys at KO for putting out that product. But Correa, you touched on it, dog. We're getting off of a big fight weekend. I'm telling you, bro. Saturday, I had the house to myself, so I just did my thing from about 1 o'clock all the way to nighttime, just chilling, watching boxing all day, bro. Opened up with the top rank card, the Beterbiev Anthony Yard fight. What were your thoughts, man?
Shit, it was an excellent fight. Like you got to give Anthony Yard, a lot of credit, right? For him to, and this ain't no excuse for him to start boxing as late as he did. For him to make it up in ranks to where he was, to him to then have the championship fight before and didn't look that impressive, and to him to work his way back up to that moment, we really got to put some respect on Anthony Yarde's name. I know it's no consolation prizes in second place, and we know he lost the fight, but I want everybody to understand in boxing, it's not that if you lose the fight, it's about how you looked while you was in the fight. And with this being his second opportunity, this man came to win this fight. He was up on some of the judges' scorecards.
All three, bro. We got it pop up on the screen right now. All three judges had him up at the time of stoppage.
Yeah, I could see that at the moment while the fight was going on. I think it was a good back and forth. May have been up on the scorecards because he was in his hometown. I'm not going to put too much into that, but I think it was a good back and forth. And Beterbiev, what can we say about him, man? 19-0, 19 knockouts. This dude, he wake up, he pitching excellence. He's showing everybody it's a reason, and he's showing us, Jay, the Spit Bucket Podcast, it's a reason why we got him on our pound for pound list, because this man always shows up and shows out in a devastating fashion. Shout out to shout out to Beterbiev, man.
Yeah, no doubt, dog. He showed, people going into the fight. I know Errol Spence threw out that tweet saying Father Time has to catch up to you eventually, but he hasn't shown, a real sign. People are going to say, yeah, he was behind on the scorecards, but that's the way Beterbiev does, bro. He's not a master boxer. He's not always going to be ahead of the scorecards. But he hasn't. That ring rust, I haven't seen any of it, or not ring rust. Father Time. He's got what, 19 fights, and dude, just the way he ends them in devastating knockout. Like he belongs on the pound for pound list. He's a dangerous fighter. Say what you want. He's a boogeyman. He's a boogeyman. But more important, and no doubt, what you said, got to go back and give a shout to Yard, bro. He fought his ass off. He had him confused for a bit. A lot of people were saying, he got knocked out by a Kovalev jab, but different fighter, like you always say, how do you bounce back from a defeat? And Yard looked hella good. But bro, now what everybody's talking about is must-see action, bro. Like, what are your thoughts?
I know, but let me speak on Beterbiev before we move on. To me, it ain't that he was down on the scorecards, because I could have seen him winning that fight.
Sure, hell yeah.
Beterbiev, that dude's style is something serious to deal with. You got to put up with the pressure and the power he's bringing from round 1 through round 12. So I think his style is impressive. I just think it's different fighters who just look different, but his style is what his style is, and I think it's impressive, and I think it's real dominant.
Nope. And dude, I know it's January, but bro, that's gonna be tough to pass up for fight of the year. In my opinion, that's early favorite. It had a little bit of everything. It was back and forth. It had the devastating knockout. Championships were on the line. So for me, that's setting the standard right there for fight of the year already. And again, Beterbiev just showed us why he's in a lot of people, including ours, pound for pound list. The man is a monster. I wouldn't want, bro. You remember when everybody was talking about Canelo maybe being undisputed at 175 and all, bro? Can you imagine what Canelo would look like in there and just the danger he would be in, dude?
Yeah, but I mean, at the moment when we were speaking on Canelo, you know, it was some truth and validity with that. Him being undisputed at 175 because you know he was doing this thing, but
Dimitri
Beterbiev,
Bivol,
man,
yeah.
Beterbiev, that dude, he's something serious to deal with, and you got to be focused every single second of
Exactly
that
right.
round against him. The way he cuts the ring off, his pressure is like incredible, like on another level. Like that dude is something serious.
No doubt, dude. That's what leading it. And shout out to Al Money, man, for appreciate you tuning in tonight, dog. But yeah, going back to what you're saying and kind of leading into the big fight talk now. And again, no disrespect, he already busted his ass. He fought a damn near perfect fight, about the best he could. But now obviously the boxing world is clamoring, salivating, demanding. We get to see undisputed, all the belts on the line. You know, we just saw Beterbiev do his thing. We saw Bivol look fantastic against Canelo. He looked great against Surdo Ramirez. It's about time, dude. It's time to see the super fight at 175. Based on what you saw Saturday, dude, what are your thoughts on it?
It's an even matchup, man.
Hell yeah.
It's an even. You really can't call it. Like I said, it's a preference fight. Whatever you prefer. Better if you prefer the puncher, the guy who's gonna put the pressure on, but also have some boxing abilities, or if you got the preference for a guy in Bivol, like who's smooth on his feet in that ring, but also pack a little punch. I mean, he more of the boxer. Bivol is more of the puncher, but Bivol also do some things that Beterbiev do and sit down on his punches. He know how to also cut the ring off, and Beterbiev some of the, I think Beterbiev is better, but I think in cutting off the ring, but Dimitri Bivol have some of that in his game plan. I think Bivol is the better boxer, but I think Beterbiev is the better puncher. I think he cut off the ring better, and I also think he could do some of them things in box like Bivol, but Bivol is the better boxer. So I think this is just a preference fight. This is the fight that boxing needs. It's going to be extraordinary. This is the type of fight that I have boxing fans from the 214 across the pond very in tune because we really know who both of these guys is now. You got to give it up for Dimitri Bivol. That dude arrived with the beating that he put on Canelo from round 1 to round 12. Beterbiev, Arthur Beterbiev, he just keep arriving. And now with both of them guys in the spot to be undisputed, this is a must-see fight. I think the boxing community, I think everybody around the world will gravitate to this fight.
Bro, you took all the words out of my mouth. I would say, if I had to pick, if you had to make a pick right now, Corey, if you had to talk some shit, jump on and talk some shit, some real shit, who would you pick between those two? If it's your last one,
I can't pick. I can't pick. It's too close to call. But like I just gave you, like it's a preference fight, but this fight right here is just too close to call. It's too close. Both of these fighters are that good to where it's just too close to call because Bivol ain't never fought nobody who got the power of Beterbiev, and Beterbiev ain't never fought nobody who has the boxing skills, in my opinion, as Bivol. So to me, it's just too close to call.
Yeah. For the longest time, bro, I thought Beterbiev was it. I thought he was the big final stage boss monster at 175, dude. But after these last two fights with Bivol's fights, I think the dude's too damn slick. I think he's a master at distance. I think he moves really, really well. If he could just fight, he's gonna have to fight the perfect fight, like perfection. To your point, every second of that fight is gonna have to be focused, concentrated to avoid the big shot. But like I said earlier this week, I forgot what you were talking about. You're talking about Caleb playing Beterbiev. I said 90% of the time I'm going with the boxer. But that ain't saying Beterbiev not a boxer, man. Like you said, the dude got excellent footwork. He cuts the ring off well, but I think he's there to be hit. The fact that Yard was ahead on all three scorecards, and we know Yard's not the boxer that Bivol is, I would have to give the edge to Bivol right now. This ain't no official pick. Don't start quoting me on here. But if I had to pick right now, we don't even know if fight's going to happen. Do you think it happens, Corey? I know Top Rank reached out to Bivol, or at least they said they did this week. Do you think we get to see it?
Oh, absolutely, it's gonna happen one day. I mean, it just ain't no running away from this fight right here. Both of these guys are at the height of their career. It gets no bigger than this, right? And with them two guys, I don't think it's gonna be hard for the promotion company, to come together to make it happen. So absolutely, this fight is gonna happen. This is the fight. How can it not happen? It's no other fight out here for them guys other than to fight each other.
I'll give you a round of applause. Hey, bro, I'm going to take this off subject a little bit, but I think I need to lose some weight. I don't like the way this is starting to look right here. Why don't you tell me something? It's your job to keep my ass in line. Look at this. Anyway, about time to get some KO CBD diet pills. Where we going to now? All right, yeah. Any other follow up on Beterbiev-Bivol, bro?
Nah, I mean, I just hope they could get it made. I mean, I think that is the fight. I mean, that's a fight that's going to have boxing fans intrigued, the diehard boxing fans. That's going to be a fight that a lot of people throw fight parties at, to where casual fans going to come over there and watch the fight. So I just think that's the fight, right? That's one of the fights right now. And to me, it's no reason that this fight can't be made. It's going to be the most money both of these guys ever made. Well, probably, I don't know how much Bivol made against Canelo, but I'm pretty sure with this type of fight right here, because, this fight could happen in, across the pond in Dubai or something.
Easy.
This is a big money fight.
And everybody's tuned in. And listen, I think the American audience is interested. Bivol was smart coming over here fighting Canelo and doing what he did, because now he's got the American boxing audience keeping up with him. And now that's not just a fight of a couple of Europeans that Americans don't care about. I think that both these guys did a hell of a job. So I think the fight will sell. I think the fight will meet expectations. And damn, oh, damn, that's one of my top 3, top 4 fights that I really, really hope we see this year, bro. But yeah, that's those guys. Now let's go. Let's take it back to Saturday night, dude. We went straight from the top ranked card on ESPN to the Golden Boy card with Alexis Rocha and George Ashe fighting. But before that, we got to see our 2022 prospect of the year. My bad, dude. I'm having a problem with my earpiece. So anyway. Our prospect of the year for 2022 in Floyd Kid Austin Schofield, his first 10-round fight. What'd you think about his performance, man? I don't have any pictures to shoot up, but what'd you think about Kid Austin? He made it all 10 rounds. He didn't get through the knockout. I know Coach Schofield wanted to see some rounds, but what'd you take away from Kid Austin on the DAZN card?
I mean, I think he did what he had to do. Well, like I told his dad when I was up there talking to him, I say, this kid is young. There's no need to rush him. We can see the talent. We can see the skills. But there's no need to rush him. I think he did good.
Yeah, I don't know if you caught wind, bro, but a couple months back when we got to sit down with Team Schofield, we interviewed Floyd Sr., and he had some things. I mean, these guys don't lack any confidence. They've made it very clear that there's nobody at 135 or even 140 that can touch him. There was some criticism to his fight after Saturday. Hell, I love the kid, but I'll be the first to say that I felt like he was loading up too much. I felt like we could have seen some more jabs. He did mention he had blisters and sores on both his feet that may have prevented that. So that's the case, we got to take his word for it. But more importantly, man, he's calling out big names, and I'm about to play a real quick clip.
Yeah, hold up. But to add to that, Jay,
Yeah.
with him, that come with time in that ring. It's like he a little too antsy to me in that ring. Just like Shakur Stevenson said when we asked him about him, he said he energetic, right?
Yeah.
And he ain't just he energetic. He has to learn how to slow down in that ring. He do a lot of great things in that ring. Let's not get it twisted. But I think he has to learn how to slow down in that ring. It's not all about the knockout. I know you knock out people that make everybody more intrigued with who you is, but sometimes it's not all about the knockout, and I think they need to go back and count. Even though he did what he had to do, he still undefeated. I just think he needs to work on calming down and setting up a lot more things instead of just throwing the big punches all the time. That's why he got them things on his feet. He was sitting down trying to throw the big punches all the time.
That's a hell of a point, bro. He blamed his new shoes that he hadn't broken in, but dude, it was so obvious. In the 9th or 10th round, he started boxing a little bit more. And then what's crazy, like it set up almost a knockout there at the end of the fight. Almost stopped the damn fight. But you're right, man. And here's the thing, we got to take a step back. He's a 20-year-old kid, right? It seems like every fight is his first something. So last time when we were with him in California, that was his first time headlining a show. The time before that, that was his first time on a DAZN card, on a Golden Boy DAZN card. And then now this week was his first time fighting a 10-round fight. So all those things for a 20-year-old kid as mentally strong.
I know, but JJ, we have to be honest.
Yeah, no doubt.
His camp and his father and him, even when he speaks, they put this type of attention on them that makes the situation magnifying. I mean, I love it, but you give it, you got to be able to take it. So with his father saying that he's gonna be the greatest of all time, you're supposed to have that type of confidence. But when you say things like that, that makes the microscope on the fighter a whole lot more, and it's gonna be certain things, people gonna be able to critique, and like you finna bring up the video, the interview we did with him. I don't know if you're ready to bring it up or not.
Let's bring it up and let's break it down a little bit, because we got plenty of content where Floyd is calling out people, and this one specifically got responded to today. But let's take a look at some what Coach Schofield had to say about a lot of people's prospect of the year in former Olympian Keyshawn Davis.
6 figures off this fight, so why not? You the businessman.
All right, Keyshawn Davis, you heard her first. You got Floyd Schofield Sr. He's letting you know his son, Floyd, Kid Austin Schofield Jr., he want that work.
And he was stopping within the second round.
Oh,
I would do the side thing. I'll bet all y'all and everybody else that Keyshawn would not make it past the second round.
Whoa.
That he would get stopped.
Whoa.
Hey, Keyshawn can prove it.
It's Coach Schofield doing what he does, man.
See, you even seen me. I said, "Come on,
Coach. Come on, Coach."
Look, his son is very talented, right? Wow. And I know it's all about making a fight, but when you say he'll stop this Olympian in the second round, and then look, he won the fight, Jay. We got to give him all credit because that's what he's supposed to do. But when you don't put on the performance like you want to put on the performance, and you have guys like Devin Haney, and then I know you got another clip. I don't know if you're ready to play that or not.
Yeah, let's go and play the clip. But I want to go back again to that fight. But yeah, so you guys saw what he just said. Betting money, saying my son will finish Keyshawn Johnson, Olympic silver medalist. I mean, celebrated amateur. In 2 rounds, that's going to ruffle some feathers. So today, Keyshawn was actually on with our friends over at the Boxing Voice, and they actually brought it up. And listen what he had to say. He snapped back for sure.
Did he really say that his son would stop you in 2 rounds? Yeah, he said it in an interview with somebody.
Okay. I figured because I'm like something had to have been said for you to come at the pops.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. If I fight somebody else that got his father, I'm gonna go at the father again. I'm gonna always go at the father. The fathers are going to get emotional. Once I fuck that corner up, I'm gonna fuck that son up. I'm gonna fuck the corner up, then I'm gonna fuck the son up.
Whoa, great.
Yeah, I like that. But see, if we're gonna be real, Keyshawn, businessman, his last performance wasn't that great either. Did he get the victory? Absolutely. Did he do some impressive things? Yes. But whew.
He has some things to say, and here's look, I'm not accused. I don't want to accuse nobody of playing no games. I don't think anybody's scared of nobody. I don't think these fighters are built different, especially at this level. They're not scared of anybody. But why? Why did it take? I don't even want to call this a bad performance by Kid Austin. It just wasn't what we were expecting from him. But why did it take? He won on all three cards, 10 rounds to 0. One of those rounds was 10-8. On all three cards, it was 100-89. But why did it take that performance to hear Devin Haney tweeting about him, to hear Keyshawn finally talking about him? Because they've been calling him out for a long time. Do you think it's weird that now that they waited for a not even a bad performance, whatever the hell you want to call this, a performance that you could criticize, why are they waiting to talk about it now when he's been calling them out, Corey?
I mean, let's seize the moment, right? Because if we're gonna be honest, like you stated, Keyshawn, businessman, former Olympian. He signed with Top Rank. You know, he got all the attention in the world, right? So it wasn't no reason for him to respond to Kid Schofield right now, to give him that type of attention. But it's always the perfect moment. And even though Kid Schofield won all them rounds, you could see it's some things he need to work on.
He got hit a lot, bro.
Yeah, a fighter like Keyshawn, seeing that it's his perfect opportunity to come out there and seize the moment. And
You're
that's what he
absolutely
did.
And we can't deny. Here's the thing, bro. He's stepping up in competition. You're not gonna go knock everybody's head off in 30 seconds like he did last time. But he's fighting a guy who had never been stopped before. Never been stopped. He's been in there with Chris Colbert. He's been in there with Foster. Been in there with Lamont Roach. He's never been stopped before. First 10-round fight. So let's not just make it sound like, and I'm not saying we are. I mean, as a boxing as a whole, it seemed like people jumped all over Kid Austin on Saturday. And it's because he didn't knock out a guy in 30 seconds like he's been doing. The dude's been – and look, he knocked Homeboy down 3-4 times, and the ref did – look, Al Money actually making a comment. The ref fell asleep a couple of times in Kid Austin fight. She won't get to ref any title fights. There was a lot of knockdowns that could have been called knockdowns, and she called them slips. So Kid Austin was doing his thing, dog. There is – he's a young guy. He's 20 years old, obviously.
Yeah, I know, but JJ, his daddy –
yeah.
His daddy, when you make them type of comments like that, it make that magnifying glass on you real thick, right? And salute to his daddy, because I love what his daddy do.
And that's a game plan, right? I mean, because Kid Austin is not going to talk. He ain't going to speak up like that. So his dad's trying to get the big fights.
His daddy say he going to be the greatest of all time. Now, saying stuff like that, you put yourself in the position, Lord, you got to perform like you're gonna be the greatest of all time. Not saying that his performance, he didn't have a good performance. He won the fight convincingly. But to say you would knock out a guy in Keyshawn Davis in 2 rounds, and then you last the entire 10 rounds with that guy, that's the reason why Keyshawn talking right now.
I don't care what happens, bro. I think there's a lot of young talent, and like Floyd himself said, how are we going to call ourselves a top prospect when we don't even fight? So these guys are already calling each other out. I know it might be done for Top Rank or Golden Boy or whoever's representing these youngsters to throw them in there so early, but they want it, and you could hear it. Keyshawn wants it. Floyd wants it. All the youngsters want to smoke right now, man. And as long as promoters don't get in the way and we keep demanding it as fans, I think we're going to get these big fights sooner than later. Why the hell we got to wait till they're in their 30s to see these fights anymore, man?
Yeah, but it's like he just 20. Keyshawn, what, 21, 22? That fight ain't there yet.
No, it's not. They obviously
and when you look at the promotional company, especially in Golden Boy, you know, who finally got them a nice African American contender, right? We're gonna be honest, they not used to this. Shout out to Golden Boy. We rocks with Golden Boy, but they finally got them a young African American contender, and you want to make sure that guy is 100% ready. No matter how they talk or no matter how they say they're ready, they supposed to feel like that. But you as a promotional company, you supposed to protect the house. So
you could
no time soon will you see that fight because especially with Golden Boy Promotion, they finally got them one. You know, for a long time they had that rap on them. Golden Boy can't get no black fighters. They can't get no black fighter. Am I lying?
Yep.
They finally got them one. And I don't think Golden Boy, I think Golden Boy gonna nurture him. Like they need to. They need to. He's 20 years old. You know, so yeah, I don't think Golden Boy gonna put him out there like that yet.
And
now,
we know they're taking care of him too, man. They're taking real good care of him.
Now with Keyshawn Davis is different because I mean, he's a proven commodity, right? Like from the amateurs to the Olympics, not saying Kid Austin ain't, but Keyshawn went to the Olympics and became a silver medalist, right? And being on top rank, is just different right now. So,
and he made this point on with the fellas with Ness and Danny that he even though Floyd Schofield's got more professional fights, Keyshawn's been fighting all over the world, dude. Like all over the world. That amateur pedigree, you know, you can't ignore it, man. The people he's sparred with, international folks, here folks in the States, you know, 3, 4, 5 day tournament. He's getting better between the fights, whereas Floyd may have just turned pro sooner, but he's got more time between the fights. And they both got some growing to do. I agree with you. I don't think it's time to see that fight. I think the dad is what makes everybody want to see it sooner than later, but I think we need to let that one marinate a bit. Yeah, but going on back to that Golden Boy card, man. Any follow-up thoughts on Schofield, Keyshawn, any of the youngsters before we talk about the main event and the bigger news?
No, I think we said enough. Like I said, I'm just glad the fact we seen Kid also can go 10 rounds. We see he conditioned for that. Right. Yep. So that's one thing we got to give him a big up to. We didn't, you know, because usually guys who real strong like that and muscular built, you see them fade away.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he proved, and that's a stepping stone for him. He proved that he can go 10 strong rounds. We got to continue to see him do that. But I think it's a good learning lesson for him, and you need these learning lessons. You can't just be patted on the back, and you know you got to have, even though you won every round, you got to have these type of performances where it even make you want to work harder for even all the mistakes you made or how you was rushing, and you know you could work on that and fix that. So I think this was a good thing.
No doubt.
Kid Austin.
It's one of those deals where he's got it all on film. He can go back and see the mistakes he made because there were a lot of mistakes. But he still got the W. He still got a dominating W, but he still got a lot of content to go back and review so he can continue to get better. It's wide open right now for the youngsters, man. Let's see what happens. I'm excited. I know Kid Austin, everybody who jumped all over his ass, but You know, he had 2 giant blisters on his feet, not using that as an excuse. He still got 10 rounds. He still pitched a shutout. So we'll see what the future holds.
But I wish he wouldn't have showed that, Jay.
I agree too, dude. I agree. I feel like it was his pops trying to say, because you know, we know Floyd. We know he's not gonna say, "Hey, Dad, let me do a video of my feet real quick." We know that it was pops trying to do some damage control. He don't want his son to look like he's making excuses. So let's actually put a video out. But you know, you got the shutout. So take it back to the drawing board. What were you gonna say on it? Shout out to old lefty, lazy lefty, Chicken Talk saying what up. Stu, we appreciate you,
What's
brother.
up, Chicken Talk? What's up, Stewie? What's
Chicken
up,
Talk,
Al Money?
Chicken Talk taking over Twitter, or took over Twitter, bro, making a move over to YouTube, dog. So love seeing what you're doing, brother. But yeah, what are you gonna say?
I ain't like that though, Jay. Like,
Yeah.
and I'll tell Floyd Senior because I respect the hell out of Floyd Senior. But one thing about me, I gotta let the truth come to the power when the power comes to the truth. I mean, him putting that out there, like, that's not a good look. Just y'all know what happened. You don't got to prove to us, to the world.
I agree, dude. And it's like we didn't need to see that. Like I said, I took away what I took away from the fight. And it's not like I saw those blisters and went, oh, okay, that's why he looked shit. No, the things that he was doing wrong had nothing, or maybe they did have something to do with feet injury, but it was just fundamental stuff, if that makes sense. It was fundamental stuff that regardless of your feet, you know, blisters, sores on your feet, you shouldn't have your chin sitting out in the open like that. You know, just little things like that have nothing to do with the injury. So I agree
shout out
with
to my dog, General Big Fish, in the building.
What up, Mr. Big Fish? Appreciate you jumping on, man. Just talking a little bit
Yeah,
about
but like I'm excited about Kid Austin. Like, I think his future is very bright, bro. I think Golden Boy got a plant that they could nurture and get him all the way right. He got a lot of the things. It's only small things he need to work on and get better. But I truly believe Golden Boy got them one if they don't rush him and they continue to bring him along the right way.
Yes, sir. Yes, Skippity. You're damn right on that, bro. Now, listen, we're talking Golden Boy, and let's touch on this main event real quick because I said earlier it's January, but we have the potential fight of the year already in the books. But I think we might have had knockout of the year. I'm sorry I don't have video of it. I'm not trying to piss any folks off at Golden Boy. But we saw Alexis Rocha coming up on the main event. You know, Ryan Garcia was supposed to fight Saturday, but he decided not to have a tune-up. Golden Boy decided to throw Alexis Rocha in there with George Ashe and as the headliner in California, opening up a brand new YouTube arena. Dog, so far this year, knockout of the year. I mean, he won in devastating fashion against Ashe. But so salute to him. He did what he's supposed to do. He's going up the ranks in the WBO. He somehow ended up there at the top. You got any follow up on the fight? Because you know what we're about to talk about.
Man, that was an impressive victory for Alex Rocha. You know, the knockout, like you said, Jay. Look,
Jesus,
look, bro, that's crazy. Because you stated this early with Anthony Yarde and Beterbiev. That was kind of like the fight of the year to start off. And then on the same night, you had a potential knockout of the year, bro. So, golly, fam.
Dog.
If we starting the year off like that already, just imagine how this year gonna go if it's already starting out like that. If you got to compete with that Beterbiev-Yarde fight, if you got to compete with that Alex Rocha knockout, but I think Alex Rocha, I think he is kind of like the mandatory for Terrence Crawford now, I think.
Yeah, that's what the word is, bro. And listen, shout out to Fish. He said that those blisters hurt like a motherfucker. And that is a good point. Those blisters look nasty. I just don't know. And I think Corey said the same thing. I don't know that you need to go and put it on video. You know, every fighter walks out of a 10-round fight with some battle wounds. They don't need to go in and broadcast every single one of those. That KO was serious. no doubt, Alexa Rocha, you know, he made his statement about his biggest statement he can make. I'm gonna be real honest, bro. I respect all these guys, but I don't think Rocha is the guy. I don't think he's. I don't think he. Based on what I saw, obviously that was a hell of a finish. But
that's it.
I say that to say, you know, we've been talking Golden Boy. We've been talking Golden Boy finding themselves a young African-American prospect. But we all saw the picture get flashed up on Saturday with Mr. Terrence Crawford visiting Golden Boy headquarters in California, and the picture with B-Hop and Golden Boy Oscar De La Hoya. And rumors went to flying. We've heard them mention in Alexis Rocha. Right before the fight, Bernard Hopkins was asked, will we see Alexis Rocha versus Terrence Crawford? And he let the cat out of the bag and said, yeah. He straight up said yes. He said he's not good at keeping secrets. So, Corey, we all know, everybody here watching knows that Corey has some things to say about Mr. Crawford. And when it comes to promotions and where's he going and where's he fighting next. And how about this? Before I get on, let me tell you what I think about it. And then I'm salivating. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this, because here's what I think is happening. I think the guy on the left is licking his chops to pick up the guy on the right. Bernard Hopkins, you know, he's down for whatever. You know, they're both excited to bring up Crawford. I think they know what they have in Alexis Rocha. I think they're feeding Rocha they're just feeding Rocha to the sharks, bro, for bait to bring this guy over, have a fight, and then the quote that De La Hoya said was, "We've got a schedule of fights for Crawford," meaning not one, not two, probably three before they even try to get spent. So we could be sitting here next year, January 31st, 2024, talking about the same shit. But what do I think about Bud fighting Alexa Rocha? The same damn thing I thought about Bud fighting David Avanesian. It does nothing. It's just Terrence Crawford has already fought guys better than Alexis Rocha. He doesn't have any. We don't need to see him prove himself. What the fuck? What are we talking about here? So, Corey.
I'm sorry.
Chicken talk. They said Ashley was old lightweight. I agree with you, Chicken talk. I'm gonna let Corey catch you up.
Oh, Jay, what'd you say? We don't know already. What, Jay?
We see Crawford fight guys that are levels better than Rocha, bro. Like Lefty make a good point. He's been an old lightweight who's lost to Tago, and who we saw look like, bro. I respect these guys, but Alexis Rocha has no business talking about Errol Spence. He has no business talking about Terrence Crawford. He has no business talking about Virgil Ortiz, in my opinion, right now. And I see the game plan. Go ahead.
But this the thing right here, Jay. Terrence Crawford, that's his only option.
Yep.
Is to go sign with Golden Boy. That is his only option. JJ, he burnt his bridge with Top Rank, where he's suing Bob Arum. In my opinion, I could be wrong. I don't think he'll ever, as long as Bob Arum living, I don't think he'll ever get a fight with a Top Rank fighter. PBC, dude blindsided everybody with this David Avanesian fight. Then he's so upset because he getting the criticism he get, because everybody like, Crawford, you've been talking for years how you want this fight. Crawford come out and do a whole 25-minute video talking about stuff he don't supposed to talk about, negotiations. So he X'd himself out with PBC. Eddie Hearn already said, Terrence Crawford, he's an excellent fighter, but I don't have anybody to fight him. Look, I ain't lying. But he said, Terrence Crawford, he's an excellent fighter, but I don't have anybody to fight him. Right? So you X out Matchroom Boxing. JJ, what's the common denominator? Golden Boy. That's his only option, is to sign to Golden Boy. And I'm going to be more crystal honest with you on this. If he signed with Golden Boy, it ain't gonna, hold up. Why is he even, well, hold on, I'm going to just say this. Even if he signed with Golden Boy, right? You know he ain't going to be able to sign no one-fight deal with Golden Boy. Golden Boy, a big-time promotional company. They not a starter company like BLK Prime is, to where you have the leverage and you could tell BLK Prime, I'll sign a one-fight Golden Boy is
For
not.
sure.
Golden Boy has all the leverage to where you're gonna have to sign at least a 3-fight deal with them, right? And my thing is, when the news came out that Crawford did between 5 and 15,000 pay-per-view buys with BLK Prime, everybody thought it was a lie, right? Thought everybody thought it was a lie. Everybody from the 214 to across the pond. In my opinion now, that's true. Because why in the hell would he be down there with Golden Boy Promotions if he so-called got the biggest bag of his life in $10 million? Like, that don't add up to me. People need to make that make sense.
No, I would agree with everything you're saying, bro. And here's the only thing I like about this is, and I'm not saying that this is going to lead to the fight. I don't even want to talk about the fight, but Oscar's, I guarantee you, here was Oscar's pitch. Hey, look, bro, we're making Tank versus Ryan. We're not having any problems. We're going to get this fight done. So there's no doubt that I could work with Heyman one more time. But now, to your point, we got personalities involved. We got feelings involved. And we know, I also want to take it back to what you're saying about BLK, because I wanted to make a point. BLK is a brand new company. Correct. Let's say me and you were all right. Hell with it. We're getting into the promotion business. Oh, we can get a name like Crawford. We're going to give him whatever he wants.
Yep.
So, they're going to bend over backwards and roll out the red carpet for Terrence Crawford, because the promotion company's thinking, okay, we might lose some money, but long term, we might win some money if we can draw one of the top fighters in the world. Yep. So there's that thought process. Golden Boy is not BLK. So they are going to sign him off for fights that we do not want to see. But listen, Chicken Talk made a point right here. Nobody in boxing holds grudges like that. If it makes dollars, it makes sense. PBC and Top Rank will work with Bud if it makes dollars sense.
Man, that's not true.
I agree. And what I'm going to say is,
that's not true, though, JJ. That's not true. That ain't no good point. That's not true.
No, he brought up a point. The point I'm going to make is, the reason we're seeing Spence, or a reason I believe, and a reason a lot of people believe that we're seeing Spence Thurman for no titles, is because Spence doesn't want to give Thurman a shot. Spence has made it clear, I don't ever want to fight this guy. I don't ever want to do shit with him. So, okay, now he has to fight him. So let's fight him with no title shot. We've seen fighters hold grudges. We've seen promotion companies hold grudges. So we're not just dealing with an Instagram star and Ryan Garcia who's got hella talent, and he could be a star one day, or actual. When I say star, I mean a legitimate boxing star. I'm not convinced on Ryan yet. We got Tank Davis, who, he's got the ability, I think, to go in there and be a real champ. But they're just saying these guys are superstars who put eyeballs on the sport and who sell out arenas. So yeah, let's make this fight happen. Like, there's no real. It'd be stupid not to make that fight happen. But when you're talking about Spence and Crawford, we're talking about 5-6 years.
It'd be stupid not to make what fight happen?
Ryan versus Tank.
Yeah, but see, people not understanding the difference. Like, and the reason why Ryan versus Tank is happening. Ryan Garcia ain't came out and said, oh, everything like this, basically, shit on everything PBC do and whoop-de-whoop, talk about their biggest fighter on the planet who Earl Spence made PBC money. Terrence Crawford ain't never made PBC shit. So for him to be in his feelings that bad and come out and start talking like that and telling people about everything that went on in negotiations, it ain't no way in hell you could tell me that Terrence Crawford might not ever get a fight with PBC. I just don't see it. Hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And then when you speak on Top Rank, Chicken Talk said that. He's suing Bob Arum. Yeah. Why would Bob Arum ever want to fight somebody against him?
And he's suing Bob Arum on some serious shit too. I mean, calling somebody racist and stuff like, I mean, man, I don't know, dude. I don't. If it's true or not, I'm not here to debate that. But I'm saying, if you're Bob Arum and you're getting these racial accusations at you, I mean, I see what you're saying, Corey.
I just don't see it, man. That's the only place he has to go is Golden Boy. He has no other, nowhere else to go. That's it. He down there with Golden Boy because that's his only option. JJ?
And dog, like, what's the game plan, bro? If Okay.
And look, he gon' this is what he gonna do. He gonna fight Alex Rocha. We know he fight once a year, right? In Terrence Crawford. So he gonna fight late in the year against Alex Rocha. Not late in the year, probably June or something like that. Then next year he gonna probably fight Blair the Flair Cobbs.
No, fuck him. I don't want to believe
Then
that.
he's gonna be 38. Then the next year after that, then when he going on 39, almost 39, he gonna fight Virgil Ortiz and get knocked out.
There's no way Golden Boy would throw him in there with Blair Cobb, bro.
He had no JJ. There's no way we thought Crawford would fight David Avenesian.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I've learned how to spell his damn name by heart now after all the typing I've done about him. But all right, so best case scenario. All right, hey, before we talk best case scenario, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors over at KO Therapeutics because I want to hear some best case scenario from you, dog.
We all have battles. We fight. We train. We work. We persevere. And we celebrate. We are all one.
I can't do anything if I can't walk in my prosthetic. It's a lot of pain that I feel throughout my day. It can be very intense. Now I just put that balm over it and it will heal up much faster and it will let the callus recover. That's amazing. It is a total game changer. I am hooked. I'm just hooked.
Life is hard. KO makes it better. KOCBD.com.
Look, I know y'all getting old. Chicken Talk, I see you talking about getting old all the time. I know Fish getting old. We're all getting old. Al Money, we're getting old. This makes me feel young again. Trust me. KOCBD.com. Check it out. Use discount code TSB10. Pain relief, better sleep, all sorts of stuff. These guys have all kinds of benefits. So trust us on that. Shout out to our friends over at KO Therapeutics. Corey, going back to the hot button. The Crawford news that we got from the weekend with Golden Boy, just kind of resetting everybody after or all day Saturday. We saw the photos going around of him taking pictures with B-Hop and Golden and Oscar. And you know, I don't even want to call them rumors because Bernard Hopkins straight up said he'll fight Alexis Rocha. We can very likely see that fight happening next. They mentioned a fight schedule for Terrence Crawford. So when I hear schedule, that doesn't sound like just one fight and we're in. It said fight schedule before we spit. So what's your best case scenario coming out of this as a fight fan, Corey? And then we'll talk best case scenario for Bud and Golden Boy.
It sucks for Terrence Crawford. You know, but it sucks for him because he put himself in that position, right? Because it ain't nothing else he could do. I know the truth hurts. I know it's like a big pill. It's hard to swallow for everybody from the 2142 across the pond who follow Terrence Crawford. But yeah, man, he gonna be that guy who go down, who never had a big fight.
You asked that earlier. Go ahead.
And if he do have a big fight, he gonna be about 38 years old, going on 39, and it's gonna be against Virgil Ortiz.
Yeah, Virgil should be a superstar by then if he goes away. Here's the thing. You asked something earlier, right? On your live. I know you were going live earlier this morning. I caught some of it this evening. Guys, if you're a Bud fan, you just think outside the box. What is Terrence Crawford going to be remembered for? You asked that earlier. Homeboy couldn't have an answer. What's his legacy going to be? Let's say he fights Alexis Rocha, devastating knockout, big deal. And then after that, okay, you fight Alexis Rocha. All right. So the path here could be Alexis Rocha. Man, I don't think they're going to put him up against Virgil. Virgil's chasing.
Blair the Flair is going to be his next opponent after Alex Rocha.
God, I don't even want to say that, but
no, but that's what it's going to be, Jay.
because there's no way Golden Boy is going to throw. Virgil is obviously pursuing Spence's belts. He's going for Stanionis, and then after that, we should see he could be next in line for Errol Spence. I don't think it's in the game plan, bro. I mean, do you think they're seriously talking about Virgil after you being serious, bro? When you think Golden Boy can throw him in there with Player of the Fair, like you being serious?
No, I think, I'm being serious. When I think it's gonna be Rocha, then it's gonna be Bear the Flair, then it's gonna be Virgil Ortiz. That's the only options. That's the only options he got. Virgil Ortiz ain't going after him next. If that like people we know ain't nobody scared. Everybody respect game. Everybody, understand game on who they fight. But ain't nobody scared of each other. But like I was mentioning earlier, I'm gonna say this now. Ain't nobody scared of each other. But if Terrence Crawford was such this big star like everybody say he is, why did Virgil Ortiz go the WBA route? And why did Boots Ennis go the IBF route? And another thing that I want to say about Virgil Ortiz, he 22, 23 years old, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
He this up and coming star. Terrence Crawford got 1 foot in, 1 foot out the door. The Golden Boy ain't finna they best fighter on their lineup in no predicament like that yet, fam. That's just facts.
No, I believe with all my heart, bro. Like I said, I got much love for Golden Boy. We work with them a lot, and those. But again, our job is to call it like we see it, and I just feel that because Alexis Rocha just started getting up higher on that damn on them rankings, them WBO rankings, and it just seems like they're trying to feed him to the shark as bait, bro. And I think you can't say again, going to your point, Terrence Crawford not some pay-per-view star, so it's not like Alexis Rocha is going to get the payday of his life for fighting Terrence Crawford. I think it's a scary move for Rocha. Golden Boy's fine, bro, because you know what's going to happen. They're going to get the entire Crawford fan base, and just as a fan of boxing, of course, I'm gonna watch Bud's fights, even though. There's nothing that I want to see Bud fight in Golden Boy. Maybe with the exception of Virgil Ortiz, but I don't think I'm ready. I don't think we're ready for that fight yet. So
it's not gonna happen because remember how I was talking about Kid Austin and how you nurture the guy until you feel like that guy's absolutely ready. You won't see Virgil Ortiz versus Terrence Crawford until about 2 years down the road, bro.
No, and by then, Corey, think about the money involved with the Virgil Ortiz and Errol Spence fight here at Cowboy Stadium, bro. Think about the money that fight's going to make. So Golden Boy, what they're doing is they're saying, all right, I got Virgil. I got a clear path for Virgil because that could make a lot of money. We can get Bud Crawford in here, but here's another champion. Here's another prospect. Here's another contender that looks real good, Alexis Rocha. Look at his knockout, and I think they're just positioning Rocha to be able to sign Crawford. And I don't think it's fair to Rocha, but look, Rocha's his own damn man. He got to pay the bills. It's just, there's nothing that intrigues me about that.
How long can Virgil make 147?
Yeah, exactly. Virgil's a big welterweight, bro.
After us covering this fight in August of 2022. How long do we possibly think he can make 147?
It's not going to be long, bro. He's not. Yeah, he's a baby still. He's going to start to fill in. And you know what?
And then we know Earl is about to make that move to 154. So why wouldn't Virgil Ortiz go to 154? Like it just don't make I just don't see it for Terrence Crawford, man. He put himself in this position, though, Jay.
Yeah, this is probably the first time, Corey, sitting here talking to you that I'm like thinking about, because I completely didn't even factor in Errol Spence's weight. So let's say Golden Boy presents his beautiful little schedule to Crawford. Dog, Errol Spence going to be fucking pushing 160 at that point. You know what I mean? Errol Spence gonna be a grown ass man. He's gonna continue to defend his belts. As much as I don't like what he's doing with Keith Thurman for no belts, he's gonna continue growing. He's gonna continue selling out stadiums. He's gonna continue being, he's not Canelo. He ain't gonna do pay-per-view numbers like that, but Errol Spence doesn't need another big name to sell his fights. He's gonna be long gone, dude. It might be safe to say that we're never, ever, ever gonna see Crawford versus Spence, dog. And what do you think?
I agree 100%. I think Terrence Crawford made that bogus move that really messed up this fight seriously, bro. And I don't see this fight happening. And I just don't see it.
Chicken Talk, I see you saying I can see Virgil versus Bud more than Spence versus Virgil because Spence only fighting Bud. Yeah, but Virgil's a big boy, dude. And just think about the numbers they could do here in Texas.
Shout out to the boxing voice. He say, "Is this live? Yeah, this live." Shout out to Ness.
Hey, what's up, Ness? Ness and Danny.
Danny, what's popping?
We're on live right now.
Ness, I seen you hit me up in my inbox. I'm gonna hit you.
Oh yeah. Stewie said, "Can we cover Benavidez' plan?" We got a lot to say about Benavidez' plan. We're gonna cover it on the next episode, man. We had a lot of good stuff to talk about with Coach Stephen Breadman Edwards. But
hey, everybody, make sure y'all go subscribe to the best podcast. For real. It ain't nobody doing it like the boxing voice, bro. To where they covering boxing, got all the top athletes coming in, getting all the top interviews. Man, people got to put some respect on their name, whether you agree or disagree with them. And me and this, we disagree about a lot of shit. But one thing you can't do is not put respect on their name. They one of the best in the business.
The best, entertaining. So salute to boxing boys. Chicken Sock said, "What's going to be easier if Crawford signs with GBP, Virgil Fighter signed to Golden Boy?" That's true, dog. That's true. But listen, I have no faith in. I don't have, especially Terrence right now. I don't have faith in Terrence's word right now. I'm a Terrence Crawford fan.
Hold up, how do I be hating on Crawford?
Should we? Corey, how you looking right now?
No, it's all good though. It's easy to say somebody hating, but when I'm coming with the truth about him, I ain't right about everything. Don't hold me to everything I say. I'm not perfect,
Yeah, definitely not perfect, man.
Hey, we talked about that earlier, Nis. So when we end the show, just rewind it and go back. We covered him signing with Golden Boy. But if you want us to give you a breakdown on it, that's his only option, Nis. That's his only fucking option that he got. Hey, salute to him. I mean, that's his only option, though.
Hey, Ness, hey, how you looking on time, bro? You got to get to your baby.
No, I ain't say he got beat up and spawned. I said rumors.
Hey, listen, Ness hates your source is what happened. He hates your source. Ness can't stand your source.
I said, it's rumors, bro, but ain't nothing wrong with that. Once you spar with somebody that long, sometimes somebody gonna get the best of you, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And like I just heard Shakur got the best of him. Hey, Vince, I'm in Texas, right?
Man's still tripping about them 10,000 tickets, Corey. He hates the sports, bro.
He said 10,000 tickets. Like, I'm just saying. My source ain't right about everything, but my source is believable because when I came out and said that he was getting 65-35 both ways, whether Earl lost or not, that was true.
Yeah, that's the same dude. And listen, Ness, sometimes Corey tells me some shit, and I'm like, what? And when he told me about that 65-35 before anybody reported it, it turned out to be that's what the offer was, man. So it is what it's. Corey don't even tell me his sources, all right? And and we respect each other like that. And hey, you know, sometimes you're wrong, sometimes you swing and you miss. So
Yeah, but look, JJ, I don't even know if I swung and I missed, you know, on a lot of them. But you know, hey, I'm not gonna, you know, like whoopty whoop, you know. But like I was talking, you know, but it is what it is, though. But like I said, we can talk about that for 10 more minutes. But like JJ, what's your thoughts on Crawford signing with Golden Boy?
What? Like you said, what the hell else does he have to do? And I don't know that I don't vocalize my opinions as much as you know, as you probably do. I try to sit back and wait for things to happen. But right now, like, look, I'm mad at Spence for fighting Thurman and with no title. I see Chicken Talk over here. I don't know if he's got some inside scoop on because you and Espinoza are real tight. He's saying Spence fighting Keith at 147. I might need you to elaborate on that, dog. Do you got some breaking news or something? But I hate the fact that Spence is fighting Thurman at 154 for no belt on. Like I don't think there's no excuse and there's nothing anybody could tell me to make that okay. But that's not what I'm talking about right here. Now,
but look, though, JJ, I ain't got a problem with it. I respect your side of it, but I ain't got no problem with it. You know, Crawford, the one who blindsided all of us and took this other fucking fight just out of nowhere. So I have no fucking problem with it, bro.
You don't fight fire with fire, though. You can't say, well, you did something stupid. So
no,
let me do something stupid.
But listen, hey, and look, you got to understand, Earl was in a serious car wreck, too.
Yeah, he's still fighting, bro. He still got to get ready.
Okay, he's still fighting, but JJ, damn. Like, come on now. The fight was right there. How much transparency did fucking Terrence Crawford need?
Look, I'm gonna tune in. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna be watching where I'm gonna be angrily watching, just like Ness. Ness was really pissed about spending $79.99 on a Big Fish shirt. And and
this is another thing I got to address with Ness too, right? Because what he tell me, JJ,
he said that irresponsible that you're reporting what your source told you.
And what did he do that I said? I forgot what he did. Oh no, he said the boycott. So Ness, if I was irresponsible with my source, with you having the biggest boxing platform, why would you tell everybody not to buy his next fight? You don't think that's irresponsible? Because your platform is way bigger than mine, sir. Way bigger.
Ness is just trying to have these people steal money from the fighters. Come on, Ness.
I'm saying though, like his platform is way. If I was irresponsible about the 10,000 tickets, how irresponsible was that with Ness by saying he's not gonna buy the pay-per-view fight or boycott that fight or don't do this with that fight? Come on, Ness. We need answers. I need to come back. We need to hurry up and get back down to the Las Vegas day because you know Ness said they weren't gonna open that bottle until we came back down there.
I hope y'all still got that bottle, Ness. Let's open it up in March, brother. I think we're gonna be back in there in March if we'll work it out. But listen, I will agree with Ness though. My problem with Terrence Crawford versus David Evanesian was that it did nothing for boxing. It did something for BLK. It might have done something for Terrence Crawford financially, but it did nothing for boxing. I'm going to keep that same energy and say Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, 154, no belts, does nothing for boxing. Now, listen, we haven't seen an official report saying that it's at 154. And Chicken Talk, you make a hell of a point.
That is a hell of a point, though.
We haven't seen anything official from Showtime, PBC saying that this fight will be at 154. We know that Chicken Talk has a relationship, and they he's constantly talking to Steven Espinoza over Showtime. So, and you're saying that this fight's gonna be at 147. Obviously, you're not gonna quote anybody, so there could be something there, Ness. I will zip my mouth if this fight's at 147. You know what I mean? You want to fight?
One Ness talking about another car wreck. What do you mean?
It's Texas, bro. That's how we do.
He ain't just had another car wreck. We talking about the one he had like a month and a half ago, man. Come on. But look, but you know what, JJ? Chicken Talk make a hell of a point. Mm-hmm. And Ness, we'll be back down there soon, brother. We'll be back down there soon. But look, Chicken Talk make a hell of a point. Like, that's just something somebody reported. It ain't been official yet. It's not official.
Dog, if he fights at 147, right? Because right now the only thing, and I hate saying shit like Team Crawford and Team Spence, the only thing. Oh yeah,
you see
that
what
that
Ned
is right.
said?
That is true. That is true because it might have been on your interview. Suleiman, though, he did say, "I don't know why they're fighting at 154." He said that. He said why they're doing it 154. I don't know, but he did say that Spence requested it at 154. So,
Hey, JJ, when you
uh,
one of them hymns in boxing, like Earl Spence is,
I don't
you
want to
get
hear that
special
shit.
privileges. Earl Spence is one of them hymns
You a
in
champion.
boxing.
You're holding 3 belts at 147. You're selling shirts for $80. Defend your title.
But JJ, he ain't holding no gun to people head telling them to buy the shirt. He ain't holding no gun when he get a fight at Jerry World and 40-some thousand people come out there and watch him fight. He ain't Earl Spence ain't making it look. I ain't a fan of none of these fighters. People think just because I'm from Dallas, I can give a fuck because I'm from Dallas. Because I criticized Earl Spence for years. So I'm not a fan of none of these fighters. I support the sport of boxing. I love what they do. But the thing is, we got to let the truth come to the power and the power come to the truth. Earl Spence not putting no guns to people's head for having 40+ thousand come out there and fight, watch him fight against your Gainus Ugas. Earl Spence ain't putting no gun to no people's head telling them to buy this $80 t-shirt. But what's disrespectful is Terrence Crawford to put a fucking pay-per-view on TV against David Avanesian for $39.99. That's disrespectful.
Correct. I'm just going to devil's advocate your ass right now. If Errol at 154 for no belts is true, I want you just to take yourself out of the big picture and say, how is that Crawford fault? Okay, if he's fighting Thurman, yeah, 1,000%, that's Crawford's fault. I have nothing to say about that. But him to make the decision to not be forced to make 147 because it's too hard.
I think Earl gonna get stripped. I think Earl gonna get stripped.
He should get stripped.
No, I'm talking about like, because if him and Crawford can come up with, because they say he has 60 days to make this fight after he got that fight with Thurman. If him and Crawford can come up with no deal, fam, through the months of negotiations, it's no way in 60 days they're gonna be able to come up with a deal. Also, you have the young lions in Virgil Ortiz, Jerron Bruce Ennis, who was once in Earl Spence's position. When I finally came to the conclusion, like, of how Keith Thurman was in a higher position, I was wrong about that back in the day. I guess that's when I was totally biased. Keith Thurman was in a better position. Earl Spence, he didn't have to fight Earl Spence then. So when it come to Earl Spence now, which I don't think they're gonna come up with negotiations in 60 days, I don't see Earl Spence fighting a Virgil Ortiz at 147. I don't see him fighting the Boots in.
big boys.
I see Earl Spence moving up to 154. I really do. I really do.
And listen, I will publicly retract all my criticism on Spence versus Thurman for no titles if he doesn't move back. If he comes back down to 147, I will always hold that against him. And I'm just one fucking Mexican dude from Dallas, Texas. It doesn't matter. But I hate, this is literally the definition of holding the division hostage. You've got not one belt, not 2 belts, but 3 belts. And you're fighting for a non-title fight. We know you only fight once or twice a year. So now, best case scenario, we're going to see him in October, November. So that's going to be 18 months without a title defense. That sets wrong with me. I don't care if you're from Dallas. I don't care if if you're my roommate.
Yeah.
That's what I have a problem with.
Yeah, no, and I'm with you, Jay. He should be, JJ. Do you agree with me? There's no way that he's going to be able to negotiate a fight with Terrence Crawford in 60 days.
Unless they have that mode ready to go, we've seen.
No,
it
I'm saying,
happen.
but do you, JJ? Look, Terrence Crawford came out and publicly ridiculed PBC and talked about stuff that wasn't supposed to be talked about behind the scenes. So what I'm saying is, I don't think they're going to be able to make a fight in 60 days. I don't think Earl Spence look at a Virgil Ortiz or Jerron Bucenis because they not where he at yet. So I don't think Earl going to take them fights. I see Earl moving up to 154. I really do. He should be stripped. I would be the first one to say he should be stripped if he can't come up with that fight in 60 days. I think Earl gonna give away the belts, bro, because when the opportunity was right there, because I was the one who was screaming for Terrence Crawford, saying Earl Spence told him to go get a belt. Then Earl Spence said, why would I get a belt when I could take the easy route? And then the fight was fucking right there now for Terrence Crawford, and he fucking dropped a goddamn ball. Now, listen, that's his fault. He put himself in that position. Do you hear me? So I don't think. And then Boxing Voice said Crawford versus Rocha. Then no, I don't see that. I see
Ain't gonna
Crawford.
happen, dog.
Golden Boy is not gonna put Virgil Ortiz in that position yet, and that's a smart move by Golden Boy. You keep your young.
Is it if this is Ness or Danny? I'm not sure who it is. I'm pretty sure it's Ness. But dog,
That's
you're
Ness.
you're Oscar De La Hoya, right? You're gonna throw young. What you're gonna throw? Dude ain't even 25 yet. Virgil Ortiz, and maybe you could be all the confident in the world that he could be Bud Crawford. But do you honestly think they're gonna take a chance and throw Virgil in there with Crawford? Right now, next year, no chance in hell. That's why Alexis Roach is the bait. And God, I pray to God you're wrong on Blair. There's no way they throw
Man,
him in
it's
there
gonna
with
be
Blair,
Rocha.
bro.
It's gonna be Rocha. Then it's gonna be Blair the Flair. Then it'll be a Virgil Ortiz.
I don't know if that's the order, dog, but I don't see them throwing him in there with Virgil Ortiz. Because I think right now Golden Boy has two options, especially if they land Crawford. They have the Crawford option or the Spence option. What's going to make more money, bro? What's going to make more money? Virgil versus Spence, Virgil versus Crawford. And Ness, you need to acknowledge this.
JJ, what is boxing called when you make it to a certain level? It's prize fighting, right?
Yep.
It's prize fighting.
Why wouldn't he fight? Bro, because he's considered by many a top 3, top 4 pound for pound fighter in the world. Nobody's throwing Virgil on their pound for pound list. Look, I love Virgil. Virgil lives 10 minutes from me. I love Virgil Ortiz to death, but if you made that fight right now, I'm going to say that might be a little bit dangerous for Virgil, and I think it's a bad move.
I don't think so, Jay. You know what's crazy? I don't think so. Because Terrence Crawford is a dangerous fighter. Let's not get it twisted. He is, he one of the best fighters in the world. That's something that we can't deny. But I seen slippage in that fight against David Avenesian. Did he get him up out of there? Absolutely. But I see slippage.
Bro, we've seen responsibilities from both of them.
See, and the thing is, this is boxing this. But the thing is, Terrence Crawford ain't helped Golden Boy make no money. Virgil Ortiz has been the root of the fruit from Golden Boy. Why they gonna put him out there like that yet? And then y'all talk about the case. Terrence Crawford brings no money because Virgil Ortiz took the WBA route. Jerron Bush Ennis took the IBF route. Do that make sense to you guys?
But here's what the other side's gonna say, Corey. They're gonna say it's because they're ducking Crawford. Like that's an easy answer. They're gonna duck Crawford. I don't believe we've had Virgil right here in front of us. We've talked to him like he's our homeboy, like right there. Virgil ain't scared of nobody. Chicken talk. You're right. Virgil is a dog. But we know in 2023, in boxing's climate today, politics rules. I don't give a shit what y'all say. We know it. Why would you throw Virgil in there? Hell, with either one of them, with Spence or Crawford. But we know Spence is going to, dog, that fight's going to go.
But if you're going to throw him in there with one, you're going to throw him in there with one who get the most money, right, Jay?
Exactly. That's what I would say. Crawford and Errol Spence to me is 50-50. I will die on that. That's how I feel. I don't have a horse in the race. I said on the show when I was with you guys, Ness, that I would give the edge to Crawford. Bro, I'll watch one highlight, I'll watch one fight, and I switch. But both of those guys, bro, it would make no sense for De La Hoya to throw them in there just yet, man. But, again, that's just my opinion.
But it's just like Crawford in the rock and the hard place. He burned so many bridges, like he has no leverage in this situation right now. All his leverage is gone. He can't go back to top rank because he's suing them. Eddie Hearn said he have no fighters for him. He came out and told everybody what was happening in the negotiations with PBC. Golden Boy is his only option, and he has no leverage, but nothing but to do then sign with Golden Boy.
Yeah, I agree with Luis, bro. He's throwing Rocha in there, dog. And Rocha, that fight to me is just as fucking pointless as Bud versus Avanesian. Look, guys, whoever watching right now, y'all might be thinking, oh, he's Team Spence. Oh, he's Team Crawford. I am so pissed off at both those guys right now. It don't even make sense. But both of them are two of my favorite fighters. I don't think we're ever going to see them fight, though. And here's what's sad about the whole situation. I don't care if you're Team Crawford or if you're Team Spence. If they go on the trajectory they're going right now, they're not going to be like Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather, who have these marquee wins. Bernard Hopkins. Like, think about the greats who have these marquee super fights. If Spence and Bud were to retire today, you look at their resume and be like, yeah, that was good. It would take a real boxing. It would take us to know how significant it is. But nobody's going to look at either one of their resumes and be like, that guy was great.
Like, let's be honest. Virgil Ortiz, he didn't sell out that good down here.
He did not. Arena. We saw it.
Like,
we saw that. But
you think Golden Boy finna send Virgil to go fight in Omaha, Nebraska? That's not happening.
No, man. No.
JJ, is Golden Boy gonna send Virgil to Omaha?
I would say, based on conversations I've had with the two guys running Golden Boy, absolutely not.
He will not.
No.
Come on now. That's not going to happen.
And I see what y'all saying. Like, here's what we're doing, guys. You sound like a Cowboys fan right now saying, hey, if the Giants beat Philadelphia and we beat San Francisco, then we're going to have home field advantage. What we're doing is painting pretty pictures of the best case scenario. When is the last damn time any of us have seen the best case scenario in boxing? And listen, you can't knock these fighters. They're going to fight whoever, but they're going to take the safest route. Most money, least damage. That's just the world we live in, guys. And
I don't understand chicken talk. He said Spence versus Bud ain't a super fight. Y'all have grossly overestimated the value of this fight.
He's talking about money.
Now, hold up. This is the thing right here. If Errol Spence got 40,000 people in Cowboy Stadium to fight Ugas, how do you think he'll get close to 90 or 100,000 if he fight Crawford in Dallas? Chicken talk, and you telling me we have grossly overestimated the value of the fight? You telling me if that fight is in Las Vegas, Nevada, Spence versus Crawford, that fight wouldn't do big numbers? Come on, chicken talk. I ain't saying there's no Floyd Mayweather or Manny Pacquiao. They not on that level.
You talking about pay-per-views, Corey? Or you talk? Because I would say, dog, Spence versus Crawford, Corey, just 1 year ago, you and I were interviewing, I will say, a bunch of old folks, but nobody knows. If you don't follow boxing, you don't know who Errol Spence Jr. is, and you don't know who Terrence Crawford is. But I promise you, 20 years ago when Felix Trinidad fought Oscar De La Hoya, you could go up and ask anybody. So I think what Chicken Talk's saying here is not going to have the pay-per-view draws that we've seen in the past. Shit, Tank versus Ryan might do more numbers than Spence Crawford, but I don't think the fight's going to sell like everybody thinks it's going to sell. Dog.
I think it's going to sell. I don't know how much it's going to sell, but I'm good to say it'll do 350 to 500,000 pay-per-views. I think so.
But here's the point where we need to, me, you, Chicken Talk, you got Twitter on a chokehold, Boxing Voice, it's time for us to stop playing these games and positioning our fighters to where it's best case scenario and say, look, I love this guy, but this needs to happen. And look, if I'm a big
it ain't nothing we could do about that.
Correct.
Boxing have always been like that, and it's gonna continue to be like that. It ain't nothing we could do. This prize fighting. These guys is the one who going in the ring. They are gonna look out for themselves before they think about us funky ass fans. This has been like this for years. It ain't nothing we could do about it.
Yeah, well, it wasn't like this in the 80s and 90s, bro. There was a hell of a lot of other options that Duran and Hagler and Hearns and Leonard could have taken that, besides fighting each other. De La Hoya and Tito Trinidad didn't have to fight. You know what I mean? These guys knew the fights people wanted. And look, I'm not blaming them.
It wasn't as much piracy back then, Jay. It wasn't as much piracy.
There was no piracy back then.
That's the reason why it was more intriguing. There's a lot of piracy now in boxing.
It is, man. It is. But I think, Corey, how you looking on time, bro? We'll wrap it up, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, we can wrap it up if you want to.
Bro, I'm down to keep going. I almost want to bring Chicken Talk and Boxing Voice up if you got time, but I don't know what's up with the baby and stuff.
Yeah, we got a few more minutes. Let's go if they want to come in.
Hey, Ness.
Them two specific.
Yeah, y'all down to get on for a little bit? Hold on real quick. Well, we could wrap it up either way, because we can pick this up next time too, man. I know your sons have been having. I know it's cold outside and stuff. Yeah, let's go and wrap it up, bro, because I got folks here too right now.
All right. Well, shout out to everybody, man, on here from that 214. Well, Chicken Talk just said he can.
Are you good on time?
Yeah.
All right, let's get him on here for a little bit. I'm gonna put it there and then jump on Chicken Talk. Ness, we'll have to get you on here later. Bro, you need to focus on driving, Ness. You've been typing up all this. Boy.
Man, this what Ness do. But I can't wait to come back down there to that studio, man. He got some questions he got to answer.
I can't wait to go up to their rooftop again. That's my favorite time, hanging out on the roof and, doing what Vegas does.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Vegas is the spot to be for him.
No doubt, man.
That's the capital of America to me. Las Vegas is the capital of America. Shout out to Jarwin, too. Dispensary Jarwin. Shout out to Jarwin, man. When you in Las Vegas, go to that dispensary Jarwin. They got the best of the best. But now let's go and wrap it up, Jay, because he's talking about giving him a second.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Hey, Lefty, I got two kids and they both have friends over since it's iced out right now. So we'll pick this up later, dog. Corey, take care of that baby, bro. Make sure both of them stay nice and bundled up. We don't want sick kids. And we'll tune in next time, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Hey, shout out to everybody on here from the 214 to across the pond. Tell your friends to make sure y'all subscribe to the Spit Bucket Podcast.
Y'all take it easy, guys. Good night.
This is JJ Solomon.
This is Ray Bradshaw, Mr. RTBA. Mr. These boys can't touch me on my worst day. This is the Spit Bucket Podcast.